Assalamualaikum to sir. My name is Siti Mas Ania Kirana Muhammad Yusof. My matric number 23DLS19F2051. My group member is Nurul Farina Hashikin binti Rozlan, Muhammad Darul Firdaus bin Salahuddin, Nur Hazira binti Mansur, and Muhammad Muzamil bin Jamil. We all from DLS2A. I want to present about the effect of COVID-19 on tourism industry in Malaysia and the effect on airline. The first is effect on tourism industry in Malaysia. The outbreak of COVID-19 has exposed a major risk to Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign, as 50% of Malaysia tourists are originate from Singapore and China. The increasing cases of COVID-19 in both countries has led to the cancellation of many tours, which has already led to a large drop in number of tourists to Malaysia. In order to fully contain the virus, the Prime Minister of Malaysia announced the 4 phases of Movement Control Order MCO, as they expect the number of COVID-19 cases will continue increase. The prohibition during the MCO will further contract Malaysia tourism industry, and therefore effective policies to assist the industry players are imperative. Number 2 is the effect on airline. Air travel has been one of the hardest hit industry in the time of COVID-19 pandemic. Flight cancellation compounded by travel bans or restriction on international flight imposed by countries around the world have caused an impact on the global airline industry, driving airlines into substantial default of their contractual obligation, if not technical insolvency. Airline industry players has highlighted that the current travel bans and plummeting demand around the world have put loss-making carriers at risk of bankruptcy. All 3 Malaysian major airlines, namely Air Asia, Malindo Air, and Malaysia Airlines, have initiated salary cut range from 10% to 100% and unpaid leave. Nevertheless, the airline industry faced the gravest crisis when the government of China denied entry of foreigners, effective from 29 March 2020 until further notice. That's all from me. Next, I will pass to Nurul Farina Hashikin binti Rozlan.
Thank you, Mas Anya. Now I want to present about the effect on business. The severity of COVID-19 impact on business is unprecedented. Weak economy and financial result, demand cutback, supply chain disruption, and knock-on effect of travel sector on employment are challenging most economy, including Malaysia. The COVID-19 pandemic outbreak has forced many businesses to close, leading to unprecedented disruption of commerce in most industry sectors. Retailers and brands face many short-term challenges, such as those related to health and safety, the supply chain, the workforce, cash flow, consumer demand, sales, and marketing. However, successfully navigating these challenges will not guarantee a promising future or any future at all. This is because once we get through this pandemic, we will emerge in a very different world compared to the one before the outbreak. The market, especially in the field of tourism and hospitality, no longer exists. All organizational functions are intended to prioritize and optimize spending or postpone tasks that will not bring value in the current environment. Companies, especially startups, have implemented an indefinite hiring freeze. At the same time, online communication, online entertainment, and online shopping are seeing unprecedented growth. That's all from me. Next, I will pass to Daril.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Darul Firdaus bin Salahuddin, Nomatic 23 DLS 19F2029. I want to explain the method of policy taken by government to control employment due to the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. The Malaysia government has provided financial assistance as expand alternatives such as package rasakan ekonomi prihatin rakyat, prihatin to have small and medium enterprises to increase the country trading activities. The Malaysian government can also reduce the recruitment of foreign labour to provide more employment opportunities to the people so that the process of national currency are not taken out to other countries. That's all for me. Next, I will pass to Hazira.
Thank you, Daryl. So my name is Nur Hazirah binti Mansor. My matrix number is 23 DLS 19F 2037. I'm from the LES 2A. I will continue about the method or policy taken by government to control unemployment due to the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. The third is, in terms of fiscal policy, the government has announced a series of economic stimulus package to help individuals and companies affected by the COVID-19 crisis. The RM20 billion economic stimulus package was launched to help industry that were directly hit by the first wave of the COVID-19 outbreak, such as hotels and transport companies. The last is, the government announced the second RM250 billion economic stimulus package, which is prihatin, which includes the RM20 billion from pre-2020. Out of RM230 billion, RM22 billion will come from a direct fiscal injection, RM100 billion moratorium in loan repayments, RM55 billion guarantees, RM40 billion withdrawal from Employees Provident Fund, and RM13 billion various sources. That's all from Daryl and me, and I will pass to Muzamil.
The effects COVID-19 in the banking system in Malaysia. The first effect faced by banks about marketing is that banks have difficulties in selling their products and providing services to customers. COVID-19 causes economic downturns and lower gross domestic product GDP growth. This will decrease the demand of banking products. During the MCO, banks need to ensure social distancing measures and other standard operating procedures (SOP). Hence, the bank branches are forced to close temporarily, or most of the branches will operate with limited counter services and reduced operating hours. Operating time. Operate from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. during MCO period. Since Malaysia government does not encourage citizens to go outside during outbreak of COVID-19, hence people are not there or do not want to go to banks. Customers who have no choice and must go to bank branches to apply loans, withdraw money from Amanah Saham Bumi Putra (ASB), withdraw money from checks or withdraw money from Bantuan Prihatin Nasional (BPN), may not be able to get services because of the limited operating time and the customers needs to follow SOP as well. Moreover, bank also not used to make loan application available for online before this. Overall, banks have difficulties to reach their customer and provide products services to their customer during MCO. Thus, the problem is that due to this unforeseen issue, Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) has aggressively cut down the interest rate, resulting in the bank's interest income. Lowering interest rate may be good to the borrowers, but it is in the opposite way when it comes to banks. If the interest rate is low, banks will lose deposit because low interest rate is not attractive for people to deposit their money in banks' savings accounts. Apart from that, BNM also announced that automatic loan deferment for 6 months are made to all individual and small and medium enterprise (SMEs) borrowers who meet the criteria to reduce. That's all from us, and thank you. Assalamualaikum.